Hello, D-Gens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes Week 10 Premier Lacrosse League Power Rankings. I, of course, am the Brofix one, AJ. Happy Monday, August the 8th, 2022 to all of you out there. What a week. What a weekend of lacrosse, honest to God. One game on Friday, triple header on Saturday. It was nonstop action for 2 days, and that's the type of shit you'll love to see. The boys really came out and put in some effort. Some teams didn't, some teams did. But before we get to my power rankings, let's go ahead and revisit what I had last week for Week 9 going into the weekend. You had the Whip Snakes at 1, Atlas at 2. Water Dogs at 3, Archers at 4, Chaos at 5, Chrome at 6, Redwoods at 7, and of course, the Cannons at number 8. Cannons not doing really good. We'll see how they fared this week. Let's go ahead and take a look at the scores. Cannons did beat the Redwoods did beat the Cannons 15-12 in a pretty lopsided battle. Cannons tried to get in there late, but could not find enough juice. Chrome handily handled the Chaos in the early game on Saturday. Atlas and the Water Dogs in an absolute fight where the Dogs did come out on top, and the Archers did lose to the Whip Snakes 11-13, and yet the Whip Snakes somehow figuring out how to cover yet again. You'll love to see it for the Whip Snakes finally figuring it out. But where does that leave everyone for my power rankings? I'm glad you asked, D-Gens, because here we go. Here are my Week 10 Premier Lacrosse League power rankings. Let's go to number 8, and it has to be the Cannons. I mean, losing to the Redwoods 15-12. I've said it once and I've said it again. The Cannons are not a good team. Can't just rely on Lyle Thompson and that name value to really help your team out, and it hasn't been helping out at all. And so that's why the Cannons are here at number 8. Number 7, we're going to go with a team that I thought might be all the way back but proved not to be, and that would be the Chaos. The Chaos did have a tough battle against the Chrome, 9-13. It shouldn't have been this close, honest to God. Watching that game, the Chaos seemed like they were off a step or two. I really don't know what happened there. The Chrome just came out and they kept it competitive and just kept their head down and ended up putting more goals in the back of the net. Nothing else you can really say there. And that's why the Chrome are going to be number 6. The Chrome's still trying to hold on and find a way to sneak into the playoffs, but I'm not really sure if they've lost enough steam too fast, got hot at the right time. That's really what it seems like, and that's why they're sitting down here all the way at number 6. Number 5 is a team that deserves it. And I can't believe I'm saying this because this is a team that hasn't performed particularly well this season, but hey, they're coming back, and they're coming back with a vengeance. That would be the Redwoods here at number 5, beating the Cannons 15-12. They came out and they were supposed to win this game. And the fact that they can win a game they were supposed to win gives me a lot more confidence in the Redwoods and how they're playing, trying to make a nice late season push. We'll see if they can pay off for the Redwoods, and that's the end of my bottom 4. Bottom 4, Redwoods at 5, Chrome at 6, Chaos at 7, Cannons at 8. Let's get to the top of the top, and number 4 is a team that can't seem to go down or go up, but that would be the Archers. Archers did have a rough loss to the Whip Snakes, 11-13. Whip Snakes finally covering yet again might be something we look at going into next week's bets, but I'm still hype on the Archers. I really am. They're a team that can win on any given day. They still put up some of the most shots in the PLL to date, so I really like that. And hey, as long as you take those opportunities, it's going to find its way into the back of the net more times than it's not, and that's going to be the way the Archers, pull it off in the playoffs. So we'll keep an eye on them. They are one of those bubble teams, though, so we'll see how they perform. Number 3, this one kind of hurt. This one kind of hurt because I've been boasting them as the best team in the PLL, but after a rough loss to the Water Dogs, I got to put the Atlas at 3. Water Dogs obviously at number 3 last week, and they're going to end up jumping. I'll give you the spoiler here. At number 2, we got the Water Dogs. But the Atlas, it was a rough game, but it was a competitive game, and that's what concerns me. They can't really stay in competitive games. They lose a little too much steam at the end and just can't find it. They can't find the intensity they need, and the Water Dogs have been scrapping and clawing the entire season, and that's why they're here at number 2. They deserve this spot. They are a team I do not want to see in the next couple weeks leading into playoffs because they could play spoiler maker for you. The Water Dogs are becoming extremely dangerous and need some respect in the PLL, and that, of course, leaves the Whip Snakes at number 1. Covering for the second week in a row, what can I say about the Whip Snakes that hasn't been said before? They're fast, tempo is good, passes are unbelievable. They're a full cohesive team, and they've been that way all season long. So the Whip Snakes probably still going to be that #1 spot for a long time until you can get someone like the Water Dogs to come in and really dominate and knock them off their game. So we will have to see as it breaks down. And let's go over full rankings. 1 is the Whip Snakes, 2 Water Dogs, 3 Atlas, 4 Archers, 5 Redwoods, 6 the Chrome, and 7 with the Chaos, wrapping it up yet again, the Cannons. Yeah, Cannons are done. Cannons are beyond done. I can't believe I'm still having to talk about them, but we got a couple more weeks of the regular season, and then they can get into a full rebuild mode that they desperately need. I don't know what the answer is. They need a more cohesive team. I don't know if it's a coaching issue at this point, a scheme issue at this point. Just the Cannons can't figure it out. And it's hard to see when there is so much parity in this league, but yet you can always pretty much count on the Cannons for a loss. That's rough. That's a rough one. But hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below. Help us fight that YouTube algorithm and grow like the PLL. Of course, follow me on Twitter at Brofict1, the show at DGenTakes, and my buddy Noah at Engel Money Train for all of the best bets. I will be back this Wednesday with your best bets for Week 10 matchups, and it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. So with that being said, I've been the Brofict1 AJ, and we'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.